Now, Forney has definitely been the topic of conversation over the last few years. And if you're thinking about making a move to this Dallas suburb, you've probably asked yourself, what is the best neighborhoods in Forney, Texas? And better yet, what neighborhoods should I even avoid? Well, on today's video, we're gonna go over just that and give you some of the best visuals of what your new neighborhood could look like. So if you're thinking about making a move, whether it be in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'd be happy to make it a smooth move down to the Lone Star State. Now, let's get into it. So Heartland in and of itself is really a space of its own. It's located further out from the main strip in Forney, so it's a little bit off the beaten path, right? But you do have easy access to Highway I-20, but other than that, there isn't much in terms of shops and restaurants in this area. Now, Terrell is probably gonna be more efficient in regards to access to those, shops and eateries, but you do have both of them at your disposal. Now, in terms of traffic, it would be a much easier commute living here in Heartland than it would be, say, living in the heart of Forney, because I-20 is a much bigger highway than 80, and more people live closer to town than over in this area. But you still have all your interstate travel coming through there. That's usually the route I use when I go home to Mississippi myself with the fam. So it's still really accessible for anything that you could possibly need. Now, this neighborhood is located in Crandall ISD, but I added it to the list because you're gonna spend most of your time in Forney anyhow. And actually, the city of Crandall is farther from here than Forney is, but if you're looking for a nice neighborhood with plenty of amenities, then this one is definitely a showstopper. Now, the builders in this community are going to be Coventry homes with their built around you philosophy that really gives buyers the finishes that you really like to see these days. KB homes and terrace homes as well, which I've really come to like. And Bloomfield is another good home builder in this neighborhood, which, they do some semi-custom options. Now, Chesmeyer is another notable builder in this community. Highland Homes, which is by far one of my favorites, they're also in here. And I say that because I live in a Highland home myself, so there could be a little bit of bias with that one. Now, this neighborhood also has History Maker Homes, and they're a nice entry-level home builder. And they even have a few townhomes in this community as well. And lastly, you have Impression and Lennar Homes, which Lennar really isn't one of my favorite builders, honestly, but you have quite a few different styles to choose from, with sizes ranging from 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,400 square feet, up to 4 bed, 3 bath, 2,300 square feet, with prices ranging from the low 300s up to the high 4s. So as I'm walking through the neighborhood, I notice a lot of these homes have 3-car garages, guys. I want to say on one block, I've seen at least 10. So people really like, that extra space in their garage. A lot of people have some really nice lawns. The place is super quiet, and everybody is, it's kind of, Halloween time right now. So everyone has their Halloween decorations. I'm gonna show you a couple of these houses here where they decked out the entire lawn. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween, but to each their own, to each their own. All the homes are super nice. You got the brick exteriors, some have stone, really nice fencing. And this is pretty much the mature side. It's newer. I'm gonna say most of the homes here were built from the 2000 and it's probably 17 and up. And they're still building more homes over in this area. But again, it's a great place, especially if you're looking for a good price home here in Forney. Now, just to highlight some of the amenities you have here, you have a couple of lakes that are located right when you enter the community. There's different walking trails that run around the community and around the lakes as well. If you're looking for some fresh air, something the city just won't offer you, then this is a nice feature to have right outside your doorstep. There's a nice dock area that sits right on the water, which reminds me a bit of the time I spent up in Rhode Island. There's even a nice baseball field that's right on the water as well. I can't imagine how many baseballs are over at the bottom of that lake. Now, as we move into what I think is one of the best features in this neighborhood, and that is going to be this pool area. Now, I don't know about you, but I haven't been in very many communities that have a legit water slide. And I don't mean like your typical scoot yourself down to the water type of slide. I mean a behemoth that honestly should be at Hurricane Harbor or something straight out of Universal Studios. I can only imagine the look on my kids' faces if we brought them over here and let them take a look at this slide. They'd probably go bonkers. The pool features a few different areas with splash pads, small water features, lounge chairs, canning stations. I mean, what else could you really even ask for? I haven't been to very many pools that have green spaces incorporated, so that just goes to show you they pulled out all the stops here in Heartland. You'll also have access to their full-service gym with multiple treadmills. You'll have weight stations, workout machines, and a workout room for any of my yoga or fitness class people. The amenity center has a nice dining area you can rent out with these big glass garage doors and a full-service prep kitchen for any events you may have. have. From an amenity perspective, Heartland has you covered should you need it. Grove is a really nice community that will definitely have something for everyone in your family. This neighborhood has a nice playground area for the kids with different slides and climbing features. You know, they can really get some of that afternoon energy out. There's a little area called the Gardens where they have planter boxes for those of you who have a green thumb and, you know, really enjoy growing herbs and spices. There's a nice sized green space that would be a perfect place to throw the football around. You know, it reminds me of the park that we have in my community where me and my boys, you know, we go out there, run a few routes, throw the ball around. I take them through a few drills. You know, the competitive juices start to flowing, man, but it's really, really cool that you have that in your green spaces. There's also a place called the Fairway where you can literally go and hit a few golf balls, which is something I haven't seen in very many neighborhoods around this area. There's a small softball and kickball field where you can definitely have a killer community tournament. I'm telling you guys, like I said, when my competitive juices start to flow, I just can't help myself. There's a nice fire pit and seating area located right next to your resort style pool. Now, the pool area is equipped with cabanas, lounge chairs, and a tanning station. Now, this pool is truly massive. There's different areas for the kids to swim. There's places for the parents to relax and sip on your drink of choice. I mean, in the summer, the pool is definitely a place we go on a weekly basis. You know, I really love the tan my wife gets in the hot Texas sun, so I'm always pushing us to go. And my youngest, he's a fish at heart. He's always demanding some pool time. Now, connected to the pool area is just nice amenity center with outdoor patio area that's equipped with the fireplace and these cobblestone pavers. This is definitely a place I can see you having a birthday party or celebrating the 4th of July. The amenity center is equipped with everything you could need, from a meeting room space with Wi-Fi ready available to a nice kitchen area with a massive island that you can choose and use at your convenience. But Overland really did their thing when it comes to these amenities, and it's something that I think could make your decision to buy here clear as day. So right here, they have a nice little dog park area. See, they got the little mounds, the dogs can jump up and do all of that. Over to my left, they have a little area where you can do some boxing, or you can do any type of exercise if you want to. The pool's right there behind me, you can see that. And as we turn around, they have another little green area here. They call this the lawn. I don't know if you can see that. And then you have a nice little area with the jungle gyms, the slides, the things to climb on for the kids. I mean, the way they laid this out, guys, it's really, really cool. I'm in love with it. And it's just, I don't know, this is a space that I could definitely see myself coming out here. I know you could probably see yourself. You got some kids. Just spending some time with the kids, the family time is so important these days. And I'm guilty of it, working so much. And nowadays, I really try to make a concerted effort to make sure I'm spending time with the fam, making sure that everybody's good. So I know this is something that a lot of people could really, really enjoy. So from a builder's perspective, you have Lennar, Kindred Homes, and Century Communities. And these homes have full brick exteriors with loads of windows and natural light. Now, these homes come in different sizes. I said that like we was talking about Paris pants, with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, all the way up to 4 beds, 2 baths. There's plenty of options to choose from. And if you guys choose to come into this builder, I know the reps personally, so we'll be able to get you a great deal. Hollow is a staple here in Forney, as it was one of the original groundbreakers to Forney's resurgence back in 2005. This one is located right across the street from Forney Community Park, just minutes away from the heart of Forney and a few blocks away from Forney High School. Not to mention they're building a brand new Tom Thumb right across the street, and it's slated to be finished in the summer of 2024, I believe. Now, the builders left in this one are going to be Bloomfield Homes. You're going to have also Impression Homes. And let me tell you, there's some deals to be had with some of the Bloomfield's last inventory. I'm going to show you one that was originally listed for $488,000 and is now $419K. And when I tell you it's a masterpiece, it has stone and brick on the exterior, a modern glass front door, and all the wood tiling, just the works, guys. So at the front of the neighborhood, you have a nice community pool area, and that's overlooking a really nice water feature as well. You're going to have a lot more mature trees, as this neighborhood is a lot more established than some of the other ones that we have here in Forney. This neighborhood has, you know, the nice sidewalks where you can do all the walking, and then it has a lot of nice landscaping throughout. So Fox Hollow's just opened a new phase. So they do have the older part, which is a whole bunch of homes. I can't even count them. And now they've opened the brand new phase again. They have these big, beautiful homes. And as I'm over here, I really get this tight-knit, small community feel. That's just something that a lot of the other big master plan communities just don't really have. Especially on the older side, it really feels like the type of place where you'll walk outside, your neighbor will be picking up the paper. I don't even know if people still get papers, do they? They'll wave at you as you're passing by headed to work. Just a tight tight-knit community, and I really like that about this area. All of the lawns in here are manicured, the trees are trimmed, and it's super quiet, guys. So as I'm just looking around, like I said, you see a lot of these houses with the 3-car garages, and that's just a 1-story. But again, you can see the 2 stories, immaculate here. They have the 3-car garages as well, and I love how they have the wood on the garage doors. That just gives it a bit of confidence, honestly. And then you also have the ones that have the J-swings. Like I said, it's super quiet. Everybody's gone to work or off to school today. It's a Friday. And again, on Fridays, man, Forney really turns up, y'all. The Jackrabbits play Forney High School over here. So you have North Forney and Forney High School. And Forney High School is doing really well in football this year. I want to say they're undefeated. So they've been killing it, and the town is going crazy. So it's kind of got that, Texas small town feel when everything shuts down on Fridays. And I'm a big football fan, so that's always a plus for me. Greyhawk is located about a mile or 2 down from Fox Hollow, and inside of this community, you're gonna find some larger size homes. We're talking up to 4,000 square feet in this one, and some of the homes have larger lots as well. Now, this community has some mature trees, so you're gonna have 2 sides of this community. You're gonna have your side where it's a little bit older, and then you have the new side, the new phase that's going up as we speak. Now, in terms of the amenities, this one is a little bit underwhelming, guys, I'm gonna be honest. For the size of houses, the size of lots, and the price points in this neighborhood, I'm a bit turned off how small their amenities are with the pool and then some of the playground areas, which are just not up to par for this size of a community. The pool it's just pretty much basic, and there's, like I said, the playground is tiny, and it may only fit 1 family at a time, but that really comes down to your personal preference. Me, myself, I like having amenities, it's nice, but we sparingly use the ones we have now. I'd say the main thing we use is the pool, and as long as the water's wet, we can go elsewhere for some of that other entertainment. But having top-notch amenities is always a plus, so if that's something you really want, this could be a deal breaker for you. Now, as far as the builders in this community are concerned, it's going to be Megatel and First Texas Homes, which are 2 well-known builders here in Texas. I've owned a Megatel townhouse in downtown Dallas, and they really have a read on the market when it comes to the finishes and the quality materials. And it goes without saying, Megatel is building lagoons all over the Metroplex, and get this, they're building one right here in Forney, and you know I'll be the first person to bring that to you guys. It's still pretty much at the foundational stages. They're still laying the groundwork for it, but it's going to be something serious with crystal white sand, and you also have that nice blue lagoon for the beach area. Now, First Texas Homes is a staple throughout Texas, and to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen a First Texas home under 2,500 square feet. All of these homes are on larger lots, and I believe the smallest one is going to be a 1/4 of an acre, so you just get more space in your backyard than most areas. Like I said, Greyhawk is a nice one, and a lot of people choose to live in this community. Now, when we talk about the top of the totem pole when it comes to communities here in Forney, Devonshire is definitely the one that comes to mind. This is probably one of the largest, if not the largest neighborhood in Forney. Devonshire is located on the north side of Forney, right off of FM 548. Now, this neighborhood is right under 1,000 acres of prime development. As you can see with all the landscaping, trees, the water features, there's different picnic areas. I mean, the list goes on and on. The amenities include resort-style pools that, everyone has access to. Now, this pool area is definitely the talk of the community each and every summer. You also have some dog parks and tons of walking trails whenever you need a break from that home office, just to get a breath of fresh air. And as we're out here, you can see the wind coming off this water is exquisite, guys. I'm telling you, this is the way you want to live your life. They just recently opened Griffin Elementary School, which is right in the middle of the neighborhood. So if you have some younger kids, they'll be super close to home. They can walk to school, or you can walk them to school yourself. Now, after Griffin Elementary, they'll go over to Brown Middle School, and then they'll end up over at Forney High School. So builders-wise, they've been building homes in Devonshire for around a decade now, and some of the builders have come and gone. But the great thing is all the builders that have come in this community have been really, really good ones. We're talking about Highland Homes, Beezer, and Bloomfield. A couple of my favorites are Shattuck and Perry Homes, and they also have the newcomer on the block with Trophy Signature Homes. You also have Partners Custom Homes, and when I tell you their product is immaculate, guys. They have all the larger lots out here, and their homes are humongous. I've been in quite a few of them, and they are just immaculate. Herringbone tile throughout, just the nines, guys. Now, Partners is gonna be a bit more custom. They're gonna have the larger lots and premiums. The price points in this neighborhood start in the mid 300s and go all the way up to the high 7s. And even with those price points, there's still a ton of homes to be built. You're gonna gain that appreciation over the next coming years. What's crazy is Devonshire really hasn't lost its value, even with the higher interest rates. So if you're looking for a really stable community, something that's gonna give you all the luxury amenities, it's gonna give you all the great schools, and it's gonna give you that quality of life you're looking for, this one is a no-brainer. So if you're looking to relocate to Forney, Devonshire is definitely gonna be a great option. Now, as I'm walking through, you see the nice pond and water feature right here. You can see all the different types of homes that are lining the streets there. The streets are super clean and everything is manicured perfectly. You know, it's really getting this fall vibes right now with the leaves changing colors on the trees. And quite frankly, this is really the best time of year to be outside in Texas. The fall is definitely my favorite time of year. Football is in full swing. The Texas Rangers have been kicking ass and they just won the World Series. Shout out to the Rangers. And the Cowboys, let's just not even get into that. To say we end up disappointed around this time of year would be an understatement. One of these days, they're gonna pull it off and the city will probably be shut down for at least a month if that ever happens. So completely in love with this neighborhood. Yeah, people out here mowing their lawns. They kind of just, it's a great neighborhood, family friendly, family oriented. Nothing but great things to say about Devonshire. If you ask anybody around Forney about Devonshire, they're all gonna tell you the same thing. It's the go-to place. And it's been around for so long and so many people have come and gone from living in here. And then there's a lot of people who just live here for long periods of time, guys. I mean, been here for 10 plus years. But as I'm walking through the neighborhood, seeing all the different homes here with all the brick inlays, I'm loving what they got going on with this brick here. It's kind of got like a herringbone. I'm in love with that style. And then over here to my left, it has the brick and stone facade. And then this one here has a bunch of little different steeples and whatnot, man. It's kind of crazy, but I like it a lot. A lot of people still have their Halloween decorations up, getting ready for the Christmas holiday. That's about to start coming, so I already saw some people putting up lights. Man, it's early to be putting up Christmas lights. It's like November. What's really going on? Again, Devonshire also really has some really wide streets. So I see a lot of homes here with the 3-car garages. That's also a big plus. A lot of people look for that out here in this neighborhood. Now, currently we are on the older side of the neighborhood, but there's so many more new homes being built, and I'll show you all that with the drone shots. You'll kind of get a good look at that. You'll see all the builders. They're building new stuff all around this neighborhood, and they probably have another 5 to 10 years to go.